Hi everyone, I'm Victor, and my speech is going to be about how to help the homeless people around the country, mainly in LA because that's where we live. And homelessness has been around for decades in Los Angeles County. We see it everywhere in LA, especially tourist areas because their chances of getting money there are higher. And there are areas in LA where homeless people live together in makeshift shelters and have sort of a community there. But this isn't going to be about bashing homeless people, telling them that they need to leave, because this is an actual problem that we need to help solve and for the betterment of our community. And in 2022, there was an estimate of 69,144 homeless people that were living in LA County, and 41,000 were living in the city of LA. In 2023, 75,000 were in LA County and 46,000 were in the city of LA. In the San Gabriel Valley, there was a 45% increase. In San Fernando Valley, there was a 9% increase. And in the harbor, there was a 46% increase. And an article by the Los Angeles Times was also able to calculate the percentage of each ethnicity that makes up the homeless population. The Latino community makes up 40%, and the black community is 30%. The white community is 20%, and the Asian community is 5%. There's a mixture of other ethnicities that make up the last 5%, but that's their percentage. And an article by USA Today tells us that the homelessness is caused by the high cost of living, and there are 653,000 people that are homeless in the U.S. In 2022, more than 12% of the nation was living below the poverty line, and nearly 13% said that they didn't have enough to eat. It's been stated that in recent years, homeless service providers have been running into trouble because more people need help, and at the same time, it has been harder to get people housed because housing costs have increased. In the last couple of years, more people are rent burdened, which basically means they spent more than 30% or even over 50% of their income on their rent. In the last 3 years, Americans struggled with high rents, increasing grocery bills, and other essential expenses. Since fall of 2021, evictions have increased, and in 2022, emergency rental assistance from the federal government also stopped. Since 2022, homeless families with children have gone up by 15%. Veterans have had a homeless increase of more than 7% in the last 2 years. And people who are 24 and younger make up 22% of all homeless people. This has increased by 15% and includes the sheltered and unsheltered youth. Foster kids who grow out of foster care without secure housing are most likely to fall into homelessness. Fortunately for us, USA Today does give us some good news and gives us a couple of cities who have already begun to reduce homelessness. In Houston, Texas, there was a 17% drop in street homelessness after 4,500 residents were moved into housing and prevented them from becoming homeless in the first place. In Philadelphia, the city's eviction diversion program helped a majority of the participating landlords and tenants avoid evictions. In Chattanooga, Tennessee, they saw more than a 30% drop in unsheltered homelessness after officials used the American Rescue Plan money to pay people's rents and axed a lottery process the county had used for housing vouchers. Now, this is all good news, don't get me wrong, but there are other ways to help us come up with a solution, and an article by the National Alliance to End Homelessness has come up with a solution called rapid rehousing. They do have conditions they want met, and that is to stay employed, have an income, and have a clean record. It's been demonstrated to be effective in getting people experiencing homelessness into permanent housing and keeping them there. Their research shows that those who receive rapid rehousing assistance are homeless for shorter periods of time than those assisted with shelter or transitional housing. Rapid rehousing is also less expensive than other homeless interventions, such as shelter or transitional housing. Now, a different article by Housing California has many solutions to prevent homelessness, and they call it the Roadmap Home 2030. And in this roadmap, there are, I think there was 50 solutions, but I could only put a couple in here. And some of their solutions are affordable housing, which will be provided to low-income individuals and families, expanding state affordable housing rental and home ownership programs, permanently expanding the state low-income housing tax credit program, and providing funding to local jurisdictions and allowing denser development and high opportunity areas for affordable and mixed income housing. They also have supportive housing, which is a permanent and affordable housing accompanied by intensive supportive services such as case management and connection to substance use, mental health, and medical treatment. Rental subsidies provide a subsidy to people experiencing or at a risk of homelessness to help them pay their rent. Rental subsidy programs can be structured in various ways, such as providing a fixed amount, basing it off their household income, or as rapid rehousing, which is a short-term rental, like we already discussed, which initially pays their rent entirely. Finally, their eviction prevention programs provide assistance to renters at risk of losing their homes and potentially becoming homeless. This approach is meant to intervene before people experience a crisis that leads them to becoming homeless. In conclusion, there are many ways for us to help prevent homelessness from increasing and giving these people another chance to succeed. If we are able to prevent more people from losing their homes, we should do it because it's the right thing to do and it gives them another chance at succeeding in life and improving upon themselves. And that was my speech, and I hope you guys enjoyed. Have a good day.